During the opening cutscene of Mission 31, many have noticed that Skullface appears to teleport to the scene of his own demise. One moment he is escaping in a jeep. The next he is surrounded by fire and squashed by a pylon. In this video I hope to show what happens. After we're out of the cave, Snake hides behind a wooden pallet. Skullface stands nearby with his men and announces, "All units, move in." For demonstration purposes, let's imagine that Skullface's current location is represented by this jeep, while D-Horse is marking Skullface's starting position. Skullface is clearly in line with the fence, near the pylon. The next scene, Skullface moves away from the battle in a jeep, while his tanks and helicopters attack. It is very easy to miss, but you can clearly see him in the jeep when it is slowed down. Let's imagine Skullface drives just over the hill and beyond. He is just about out of harm's way. Here he is still able to see the battle, but can't be crushed by Sally's feet. Next, an epic battle ensues with XOF attacking Sally. I'm going to include this fight scene for sake of clarity and transparency, but there is no sight of Skullface throughout this scene. Hence it is sped up. The next scene, Sally throws a helicopter at a pylon which knocks it over. Then we see Snake running across the metal platform and jumping a fence to dodge a tank. The camera pans back to show Skullface in what looks like his starting position, not where we last saw him. We can see during both the major "I'm burning up" scene and the "kill me" scene that Skullface is at the same position he started in. He is in line with the fence and near the pallets. But how far away is this location from where we last saw Skullface? Well, as you can see, not very far at all. It is perfectly possible for Skullface to have walked this distance. But the problem is, A. we are not shown Skullface walking back on himself. B. surely he must pass Sally at some point, which any rational human being would not try. And finally, C. Skullface isn't particularly trapped. Even if he was surrounded by fire, why can't he run through it? It's not as if he hasn't been burned before. Even if it hurt, surely he could escape. His secret base is just beyond the fire in the tunnel. Wouldn't there be someone there to help him treat his wounds? I think we are meant to be surprised that Skullface is trapped with the pylon and fire, and that his own machine ended up killing him. But instead of surprising, instead it ends up confusing and misleading the viewer. From the player's perspective, we watch Skullface escape to our left in a jeep. Then we travel in the direction on foot. Then we see Skullface way back where we started somehow. Without a motivation for Skullface to go back towards the base, it all comes across as a very odd decision. Hence why people have claimed he teleports. As you can see, the distance isn't large and he definitely has time to walk that distance. But that doesn't mean that it makes sense given what is going on in the scene. Would you like to try sneaking underneath a giant out-of-control robot? Or would you prefer to run in the opposite direction? So while it is possible, I think it is somewhat illogical. To validate or disprove this argument, I would like to request that anyone who has experience using free cam in cutscenes should take a look at this scene from different angles and post their findings. Anyway, that's all from me. Ciao.